Thank you. Thank you, Arzu, for the lovely speech and giving us the opportunity to be here today. I think it's a great way to spend the Sunday afternoon, actually, because I know most of you are quite busy here, so it's a nice time to mingle and learn how to support each other and find out more about each other and what sort of different things women can do and be successful and inspire each other. So I will just briefly introduce myself. Before I do that, I will set my reminders so I don't take time. My name is Saba. I'm a nutrition and lifestyle coach, and I came to London 25 years ago as a young girl. And after I finished my degree at University of, I didn't do that.
Okay.
At University of Istanbul, and I studied chemistry then, and I came here to do my master's. So I briefly worked as a research chemist, and then I moved into business consultancy. That's my background. But during my midlife, after I had children, because I traveled a lot in different countries because of my husband's job in the Far East and the States, so and back here again, I thought I need to choose a career that is more flexible and more accommodating for my personal needs and family needs as well. So this is what I decided to do. So it's sort of linked to my background in chemistry as well. I've always been passionate about being healthy. So nutrition and lifestyle is one of the aspects of being healthy. So today I will talk about the wellness of dimensions of wellness. How many elements or dimensions there are to you having happy and healthy lifestyle? And why am I talking about wellness? Why am I not talking about nutrition only? Well, when I first started working with my clients, I actually do an assessment, quick assessment with them at the beginning, to look at different aspects of their lives. Because nutrition alone and going to gym doesn't make you healthy. And I'll explain to you why. I hope it makes sense and it makes you think about your own life and take some lessons away from today. And if you have questions, just ask. Okay. What is wellness? Wellness is more than nutrition and exercise. And it's a choice you make about yourself and your well-being, your having a healthy and happy life. And it's multifaceted, it has more than one or two elements to it, and it's a holistic concept. You have to consider every aspect of your life, such as nutrition, lifestyle, your mental and spiritual well-being as well. And habitat are environments as well. And so this is a conscious effort to be well. You need to make a conscious effort. And this is in your control and most of the time and achieve your full potential. Okay? And I will tell you the definition of wellness because there are many definitions and there seems to be confusion about it. Most people think going to gym and eating healthy salad is wellness. So wellness, according to the National Institute of Wellness, which is the sort of gold standard used in the industry, is a process of becoming aware of and making choices for the more successful existence. So it's your choice, basically. So the model I use in my practice is 6 dimensions of wellness. It was established by Dr. Bill Hetzler from the National Wellness Institute. So he looked at wellness in 6 dimensions, and these are the elements: your emotional wellness, physical wellness, intellectual, occupational, spiritual, and social. So, what is emotional wellness? It's about being aware of and accepting your emotions and having understanding other people's feelings as well. For example, you need to understand the capacity to manage your feelings, and also doesn't mean you have to be emotionally perfect, but you need to understand your strengths, emotional strengths, and limitations. We all have limitations. I'm not saying you have to be perfect emotional balance. We all have our weaknesses. So this is about understanding your limitations and also knowing how to deal with them under adverse conditions, because things don't always go according to plan in life. And we have nasty surprises from time to time. We need to know what brings us down, what makes us feel better, so we can self-regulate how to deal under such circumstances. Also, it's important to understand the other people's feeling. The people we work together, live together, have relationships with, and people around us, basically. And also, this helps you, once you can achieve these elements, you have the ability to build and maintain a stronger relationship with the person you work with. Any questions so far?
I have a question.
Yeah.
You said it's a choice. By that, do you mean, like, is it every day choosing the things that are prioritizing our wellness? Like, you know, like, can you tell a bit more about why do you say it's a choice? And do we sometimes maybe skip that choice? Is that what?
Can you be specific? Give me an example. What are
Is it more like making that choice every day, or is it just saying and sticking to it?
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. Wellness is an ongoing process, so you should never think, I reached that point of wellness. It's dynamic because your life changes every day. The demands of your jobs changes every day. The people you interact with change every day. They have different challenges in life. Yes, you consistently, continuously pay attention to this.
Yeah, so maybe for 2 weeks I have a tough period, and then I make the decision to go back into it again and say,
Yes.
I will stick to this journey, that kind of. Okay.
Yes, it's your choice how to do that.
Yeah.
So, but wellness changes. It's a dynamic process. It's never the same. So you have to agree with it.
It really resonated with me that you say it's a choice. Yeah.
We all like choices. We've all got used to that.
Can I ask you something? I don't know if it's the right place to ask you this question, or you carry on the
There are no
subject there.
penalties.
Because you're discussing about physical side of it. My question is for emotional eaters. And what is emotional side and eaters? Is it related to what your subject is, or will you be discussing it later?
It's related to my... Yes, of course, I'll tell you. If you are emotionally not well, I'm not saying if one is, but that will affect, actually, these are all interrelated. You cannot look at them in isolation. So they are all interrelated. For example, if you're not emotionally well, you will not be physically active. You will find it. Make plans about yourself, structure your life, and likewise, say if you are not emotionally balanced, you have emotional issues, your social interactions will suffer as a result. Or occupational, your job. If you're not happy in your job, your emotional state will be affected. So they're all interlinked. So mostly I work in nutrition and lifestyle, but I review all these aspects. I have a long questionnaire. So to see why is this individual eating in this way, why behaving in this way, why living in this particular way. For example, I deal with quite a lot of business owners, women clients, and they are actually very successful, or they think they are. Depends on how you measure success. If spending your entire day at the office and not being able to get up from your desk even for 20 minutes, why are you working?
I confess. I confess.
Yes, I had one of those yesterday. So they're all interlinked. So, and this person wants to lose weight. She's quite overweight. But then I have to look at their life, how they work, what they do from morning till evening. And most of the time, although they come to me for nutrition, I end up listening to their worries and stresses at workplace. So then we come to nutrition. Does this answer your question?
Thank you. Yeah, generally, yes.
Can I just say something? I think emotional eaters, when you're looking for comfort,
and then then you start, and comfort brings you to your childhood maybe when your mom was giving you food and it makes you. So I think maybe in that case it's good to go back to your childhood and see what was the.
Are you a psychologist?
I'm not, but I read a lot.
Okay.
So.
When I talk to people with these issues come, I refer to a therapist. I'm not a therapist, but it's my job to identify the problem areas. When they require specialist help, they know where to go.
I'm a hypnotherapist, so this is how you deal with your emotional. You go back to your childhood.
And you can always learn how to self-regulate it, but not everybody comes to me and have emotional problems. They don't actually.
No.
Still, I have to check that box to see if there are any issues. Right, physical wellness. This is the definition most people actually are familiar with when we say wellness. Everybody thinks, oh, it's about good food, having nutritious food, paying attention to what you eat, and fitness, but also rest and relaxation, and avoiding substances, and smoking cigarettes, narcotics, avoid them, and reduce alcohol consumption. And also the last one, seeking appropriate medical care. I always tell my clients, they come to me, I say, when did you last have a full blood test? You know your vitamin D levels, your thyroid levels, so on. You may have various issues if you are not feeling energetic or unhealthy. It's always good to start with some full blood test, go to your GP. And vitamin D levels is a particular problem. Everybody is short of vitamin D pretty much really in the current environment, because especially given where we live, we don't get much exposure to the sun. So always get your medical checks, and women above certain age need to get their hormones checked as well. Any questions here? Next one is intellectual wellness. Okay, the intellectual wellness actually is the most overlooked one. It's about nurturing your learning, knowledge, and paying attention to your personal growth and development. And again, you can never say, I reached a level of intellectual wellness, because it's a continuous process. We live in such an evolving world. Everything changes all the time, and you need to keep yourself up to date. And if you are intellectually satisfied, again, that will affect your occupational satisfaction, your job. They are interlinked. Also your social interaction with other people, because you will actually interact with people who are more like-minded, and they will nurture you intellectually. So you will attract what you think and how you behave. So the more you challenge yourself intellectually and take you out of your comfort zone, try new activities, always challenge yourself. And then be curious, stay informed, and about join a local club maybe, and keep up to date with the global events. Then that will give you also more emotional satisfaction as well. And also, one other thing, people don't think of this as an intellectual aspect, but you need to take breaks and recharge your brain. Sometimes it's good not to do much, just relax, to refresh your brain cells, and then go back to it. Questions here? Occupational wellness. This is your job satisfaction pretty much, or doing what you do you like it, and do you get satisfaction from your work, or academic work, or it could be volunteer work as well. And so it's important to choose some work, volunteer or academic activity that is in line with your values, interests, and belief system. Just some people only do a job just to get some income, basically, give them some financial security, but that satisfaction from that doesn't last for a long time. So, and causes the individual to be emotionally stressed as well, and then that feeds into the physical weakness too. So, also in order to get satisfaction in your job, it's important to develop functional transferable skills continuously through structured activities, and always get involved and make contributions so that you are ahead of the game and not isolated from the development. Spiritual wellness. Spiritual doesn't necessarily mean you have to be religious. It's nothing to do with religion. However, if you are religious, that is fine. Hold on to it. That's your belief system, and everybody has to respect everybody's religious beliefs. In Stanford School of Medicine, which is where I'm from, they have a Department of Compassionate Studies. So they teach the medical professionals to be kind and compassionate. This doesn't happen at every university, but Stanford University is a bit special in that. And they carried out a research there, actually. This is scientific. Everything I say to you is scientific, not word of mouth stories. And I can substantiate any of them. If you need it, you can email it to me and find out. Basically, they carried out a study and found out people have a faith system or belief system, doesn't matter what it is, live longer and happier lives. So, if you are Buddhist or any religion, but you don't have to be, you can also do a meditation to calm yourself as well. And this helps you establish some connection with other people. If you are spiritual, you will find it easier to establish some, relate to other people's feelings, be kinder, and establish some kind of connection. And also, it's important to accept the events and other people as they are with no judgment, because you can't change the events, you can't change people unless they want to change. So don't waste your time trying to change things. I always say, don't get stressed out about things we have no control over. So just carry on. And be open to different ideologies and religions and belief systems. Don't judge anyone. So once you accept it and move on, your relationships with others will be better. Next is social wellness. Here we are today. Social wellness, and you are practicing it today actually. It's about interaction and contributing to your environment and community, and also living in harmony with the others and your environment, and respecting it as well, and your living space and other people's living space too. And you can also your talents and skill strengths to help others, like by volunteering. Shali will talk about volunteering a bit later. So it's always good to sort of stay sociable and contribute to organizations and groups. And this will help you establish more supportive, loving, and long-term relationships. If you have something in common with people, you have common grounds, your relationships will be healthier and longer, and based on better foundations. And obviously, you need to protect and conserve the environment, be kind to the environments you live in. I'm not going to go too much details of the environmental protection, which is another topic. And once you practice those rules, you will be able to establish a better sense of connectedness. Again, the research showed that people feel connection to a group or some interest group or activity, again, they live longer. This is actually very much undermined things. There are lots of people, they might go to gym, have perfect bodies, eat perfectly, blood work looks perfect, but they don't feel connected, they feel lonely, they don't have a purpose in life, and they are not actually well, and they are not necessarily healthy. So I would pay particular attention to this.
I can add something on the social networking or socializing. It's really important
for everyone's mind health, because especially in other country, where if you have to live in other country as an expat, you feel alone at the beginning and you don't know where to go or where to join or how to socialize. And networking is really, really good key of content for this kind of problem. They are solving those problems and they are helping those people to bring them together if they have same or similar interests. So, for example, today you are here because your similar interest to empowering women. That's why you are here. If you socialize with another group, let's say meetup, or we are common groups, we have common group internations, for example, they are organizing plenty of attractions, events, activities in London, everywhere around the world, basically. So when you enter this kind of circle, you don't feel alone anymore, and you get lots of friendship, and you have lots of benefit from other people, background, skills, interests, their what they do, you know, their business, their jobs, or even their character, personality. I learned many good example personalities from my friends in those kind of social environment. I learned a lot from Jale how to volunteer in this kind of charities association. I learned a lot from you how to be strong woman, a lot from you how to look after myself, for example. So instead of being at home and feeling alone, always good to join some this kind of circle for your
Because I lived in 3 different countries after Turkey, and each time I moved, it's always a challenge. Just I joined an organization which kept my sanity and also helped me establish new friendships, because most of my friends are international like me. So that's something we have in common. It's sometimes hard to make friends with locals really, because they already have established their circles over the years, although they can be helpful and kind to you, but it can be very challenging to break into their friendship circle. If you are with people like you, in your situation, you have a common ground and you can establish better connections. So this is all about wellness, I can tell you.
Can I say
today.
something?
And don't forget to invest yourself time-wise and financially for your wellness. And I hope we will take away some tips and lessons today with you to put it into practice in your life.
Excuse me, can I say something? Out of all these wellness platforms or the groups, or what I feel that emotional part is the most important. Unless you are not emotionally well, you cannot interact in any of those comfortably.
So I think
I feel the emotional part is the most important one. Because you will definitely not be able to socialize.
yes, that's
properly.
right. But it's all, you work a little bit on each time. You don't work like in Canada. You don't say, oh, let me get myself 100% emotionally well before moving to the next one. You work on that once you are doing it. You
Yeah,
make an
but you
effort.
have to first work on your emotionals.
I think you're
That's
making
right,
the
yes.
point that they are all connected and
They are
not
all
necessarily.
connected. Yes, they are all connected.
It's like
but I
combined
feel-
cycle, one
Yeah.
affect to
Yeah,
another.
all are interconnected.
Go around
But
the circle, reviewing
Yes.
all of it, a little bit of this. So you can never, it's very hard for us human beings to achieve 100% on each of them. We can't do that.
yeah,
But we always strive for perfection, although we can never achieve perfection. But
That's
yes, emotion maybe you're trying to say you need to have some good, reasonable mental health.
yes,
Yes, that's the
that's what I mean.
Yes,
That
you
is
need
example. And you know, can we come back to chart? Sorry, it's very. I mean, spiritual. What I will come just quickly. And I noticed that I'm more into when I work.
Pardon?
When I work time, I eat more. So my work
Yes.
life is affecting my emotional
Yes,
life.
exactly.
So what I did, I am Buddhist follower and also studying Bhagavad Gita, Hinduism, I took interest. So mom told me my mantra.
Yes.
So yes, well, interestingly. So when I get work life is stressful life. So when I get stressful, my glucose level is increasing. So I start eating. But what I am doing, that I was advised my mantra. So in front of my laptop, I'm just chanting my mantra. And
What is your mantra, if I can ask? Is it too personal?
Everybody
Om
is
Namah.
Everybody is different.
Yeah.
Buddhist.
Yes,
Mine
so
is
it's affecting, it's true, all combined. So
Very
my
true.
spiritual, that's the solution I found.
Yeah.
Chanting affecting my work style. So Bhagavad
yes.
Gita is
Yeah,
helping
the
me
Gita
to learn
teaches a lot.
everything
Yeah.
Gita
to
teaches a
sort out
lot.
my emotional side.
That's amazing.
And
I
some
just-
people
amazing.
Thank you.
Yes.
I just wanted to say.
Meditation helpful.
Yes,
some
absolutely.
people find gratitude journaling helpful.
Yeah.
And some people, I think gratitude works actually. That's something I dismissed as a person myself many years ago. Oh, come on, gratitude. I write it in a journal, sounds such a mumbo jumbo, because I have a scientist mind originally, it's fluffy stuff for me. But actually it helps.
Yeah.
I sit down because it's very easy for us humans to complain. Oh, it was a stressful day, so upset me. Oh, I hate this, I can't get this. Just sit down, calm, switch off, and write in your journal 5 things you had today. Even
Yeah.
something little, somebody gave you a cup of coffee, I don't know, somebody spent time with you, despite their busy time, at a coffee shop and talked to you. Or had a-
Something as simple as a blanket, a duvet in this weather. If you didn't have warm clothes, which we kind of dismiss or we don't even look at, we neglect.
Yes.
And that is one of the most important essentials we need in this country. Yeah.
For me, is the 6 diamonds is the 6 pieces of a puzzle in the frame. And the communication I want to add on this 6 is the communication as well. Because we can't complete the picture if one piece is
Yes.
missing.
Yeah.
It's like a puzzle.
Yes, like as a puzzle. So I give the same value to all 6 diamonds
Exactly, balance.
and add on it the communication. Because if we can't communicate with the others, we can't do anything by ourselves.
Yes, exactly. Connected is, and also it enhances your emotional well-being as well.
Yes.
Once you are connected. Actually, I did volunteers. This is a very interesting story. This winter for a shelter, homeless shelter, through my local church. I'm not the part of the church parish at all, but I know the reverend there. I'm friendly. She asked me if I could help volunteer to cook for X many people and then serve food on Fridays. It's not the sexiest way of spending the Friday evening, is it? Not only you cook the food always served, I didn't know this, it was in the fine print. You sit down and eat with those homeless people. That was quite a grounding experience.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely fine, and you see how resilient they are. Given their circumstances, these are people who have no homes, they go to a different church or library every day, they eat their food.
Yes.
And one evening I came back, this is the interesting part, I have 2 teenager daughters. I came back, I was quite happy because there are people, like-minded people like me, that are professionals, finance, city professionals, lawyers. Anyway, I came back and my daughter said, have they served you meat there? You seem to be so above the class. I said, no, I'm just, I had a good time. So giving people actually, again, the Stanford School of Compassion Studies tells us this, giving makes you happier than receiving.
And maybe you were curious enough to go because you mentioned in intellectual, be curious,
Yes,
try new
exactly.
things. You tried something new and it turned out to be better
And
than
it
any
was-
other dinner you could have outside and just the usual stuff.
Exactly, it was slightly out of my comfort zone, I
Yeah.
have to say.
Yeah.
Cooking the food I'm serving it isn't because I love it. But sitting with people I don't know and they are so different to me, come from different backgrounds, was such an eye-opener and it was slightly uncomfortable about my curiosity after. Thank you so much.